what is the vision behind All-in-One SEO? What are you guys trying to do?
Yeah, I think it goes back to kind of awesome motive, which is where we're a part of, and what our mission is. And our mission is to help small businesses grow and compete with the big guys. Everybody needs SEO. They need that as a base, a foundational level for growth. And so that's our mission, is to be able to help them to grow and compete. And
let me ask you a question. Is SEO dead?
No, SEO is not dead. Key factors that we have at All-in-One SEO is to stay ahead, to help our customers, to be able to be 2, 3, 10 steps ahead, so we can come to them and say, hey, this is how things are changing in the landscape, and this is how you can adapt in order to continue to grow.
So, Mr. Ben, I talked to Syed not too long ago, and I told him that this year, as opposed to last year, in which every month I committed to speaking to at least one of our customers on camera to just hear their stories, listen to what their journey had looked like when it comes to getting their online businesses up and running. This year, I wanted to talk to people that have already made it to the top. And man, you're the president of All-in-One SEO. I'm actually quite honored to be sitting here across you and just being able to share a conversation with you. So Let me ask you, how does one become president of All-in-One SEO?
That's a good question. And it's great to be here with you, Tony, and appreciate you asking me to do this. Honestly, I still ask myself that question. What happened? How did I get there? I've had a long journey to get to this point, a lot of fun, a lot of hard work along the way. I would say at the end of the day, what has driven me to get to this point is really just taking the opportunity to every challenge or every task that came my way, to take it 110%, try to get everything done in the best way possible, to think about what our customers need, and continue to work at making our product and our business better and better every day. So the opportunities that came, I worked hard for them. I really did that. And as one of the things I've learned along the way is that I might come in with my own biases and things, but I need to be able to adapt well to the challenges that come to me and not just be stuck in my way, if that makes sense.
When did you become president of All-in-One SEO?
I've had this role since about January of 2020, I believe. So that was right after the acquisition.
And right before the pandemic.
And right before the pandemic.
How was that?
That was intense, because it's not like I could go anywhere. And so I'm working where we took that opportunity to completely rewrite All-in-One SEO from scratch.
Nice.
And so it's 11 months in my little office just crushing code, and it was an intense time, but it was
It's interesting because I would say that, particularly in the last 4 to 5 years, I've seen an exponential and massive growth around All-in-One SEO.
Yes.
Like in the WordPress ecosystem, the word SEO used to be tied to a particular company that we all know of, which was Yoast. Mm-hmm. And you guys have somehow taken the crown now. How'd you do that?
Well, I'm not sure how big the crown is and how we took it, but at the end of the day, what we wanted to do is listen to our customers. What do they need? What do they want? But not just what they need and want. How are they going to get the results that are going to help them grow? And taking the opportunities as we hear from them, we listen to them, we say, hey, what do you need? How can we help you get to where you're trying to go? How can we help you succeed? And so we fill a lot of those gaps. We hear what they're asking for, and we try to work to build that for them. And we don't build every feature that's ever requested, but we build the things that will help them succeed and get those results that they're looking for. So that's what we've done over the last 4 years, honestly. At the end of the day, we're not necessarily looking at other brands. We're not looking at everything and saying, what are they doing? What are they doing? We're focused on helping our customers.
Give me the elevator pitch as to, what is the vision behind All-in-One SEO? What are you guys trying to do?
Yeah, I think it goes back to kind of awesome motive, which is where we're a part of, and what our mission is. And our mission is to help small businesses grow and compete with the big guys. Everybody needs SEO. They need that as a base, a foundational level for growth. And so that's our mission, is to be able to help them to grow and compete. And that's what drives everything we do, right? And I think that we hear the stories from people as we continue to push out those features, and they come back to us and say, wow, this opened my eyes to what I was missing, and now I can start to grow. And we're seeing that.
Is it hard keeping up with Google?
Yes.
Look, one of the major discussions that I have with Thrive Teams customers is I was ranking really well for a particular word or a particular subject, and Google made an update, and now I'm no longer getting traffic. Is that the case for businesses like All-in-One SEO and other plugins like that really work around SEO? With every update or with every switch that Google tries to pull up or down, does that impact you guys as well?
Of course, yes. Everybody, I think everyone at any level is going to be impacted. It might vary in how that impact hits you or hits us, but there's a clear runway of tools that you can use in order to help mitigate that. And I think that that's part of what we want to do with our customers is educate them on, well, maybe you aren't following all those best practices, things that Google has said for years and years and years you should do. Or even if some things change and you see that drop in traffic, well, look at some of those, the reasons why Google says that's happening. Because they do put out public things from time to time and say, these are the kind of sites that are going to be hit by this or that. And so
do you think there are common mistakes that you see happening that people make that causes those types of situations?
Yes, actually. And I wouldn't say that it's specific little ones, but there's a lot of issues with technical SEO where people forget to put in, certain things. That's where our plugin comes in really handy, and we try to make that super simple, install and go. We don't want to have a ton of configuration. But we also see some people who over configure. Well, they'll come in and they'll be like, I'm going to optimize the heck out of everything, and they'll make simple mistakes along the way, and that causes problems. Certain things like your sitemap, it's very important, and we actually are one of the only plugins that has an RSS sitemap. That is something that Google looks at much faster and much quicker, and when they aggregate that helps you to be indexed faster. And so we're trying all the little hacks to help our customers out, but when you don't submit that to Google, you're just right there with everybody else. And so we want to educate our customers on the little things that they can do to avoid those simple mistakes.
I feel like I'm probably one of the biggest promotional channels that All-in-One SEO has, because on every video that I'm using, that I post on YouTube channel, I almost always bring up All-in-One SEO, because if I'm teaching someone, I don't know, how to design a particular page, I do typically refer back to the fact that, hey, don't forget meta description, title, stuff. I use All-in-One SEO. Our tools really do complement each other really well, right?
Yes.
I mean, Thrive Suite users
Absolutely.
can benefit from using All-in-One SEO. Yeah, I guess it's fun to see that brands like Thrive Teams and All-in-One SEO can collaborate. I don't know if that's my question. It's more like a comment, like an appreciation.
Yeah. Well, which is why we were so excited when our brands were merged into Awesomotive, because we could then prioritize building out our integration with you guys and being able to put those tools directly into the hands of your users so that they can come in and update their titles much quicker and easier. So.
I have, I don't know that it's a controversial question for you, Ben, but how important is SEO for a small business owner?
I would say it's very important. I'm not sure how controversial. I think a lot of people would say it's very important. Do you want traffic? I mean, do you want organic traffic, right? And so I remember my first blog that I ever did, and I hope nobody who's watching this will try to Google and find my blog, because I think it's been taken down. But I did nothing for SEO, and I always wondered, like, why am I not getting any traffic? Why is nobody coming? Why does nobody see my site? And I just didn't know. I didn't understand. And that was, 15, 20 years ago, right? And the tools that we have now weren't even available back then. But as we've grown All-in-One SEO, we're seeing a lot of our customers who are coming to us and saying, hey, you helped make these ideas simple for me. We're now starting to see our pages rank. That's the biggest sign of success for me, and that's what I want to give people. But it's absolutely essential. If you want growth, you need traffic, right? And so we're helping you get there. Now, it's not the only channel. We know that. There's plenty of other channels for growth. But it's one of the easiest things to do and in the most cost-effective way.
I think that the controversial aspect of it comes with, I don't know, I hear this online talking, on the ongoing talking online on, you want to make sure you also don't rely too much on SEO, where if your business is dependent on Google's algorithm, then I don't know, is there a healthy balance?
Absolutely. You've got to diversify. I mean, just when you talk about doing investments or something, right? You can't have all of your eggs in one basket. But it's not one of those that you can neglect either. You can't say, oh, SEO is dead. I mean, you hear people talking about SEO is dead, SEO is dead. Is SEO dead? It's not dead.
I want to ask you about that. I mean, with the emergence of AI,
Right.
we are seeing people that are no longer going to Google. They might be just asking ChatGPT, hey, how do I do this? Let me ask you the question. Is SEO dead?
No, SEO is not dead. SEO is evolving. Everything is evolving. And I think that one of the key factors that we have at All-in-One SEO is to stay ahead, to help our customers, to be able to be 2, 3, 10 steps ahead so we can come to them and say, hey, this is how things are changing in the landscape, and this is how you can adapt in order to continue to grow and to continue to thrive.
But you don't envision a scenario where people are just going to stop using Google anytime soon?
No,
of course not, right?
No. I think we're safe for a long while.
You might see a scenario where AI does a lot of the hard lifting for you inside All-in-One SEO, maybe.
Sure, absolutely.
In fact, you've already started, tapping into AI, and there are AI features available today inside All-in-One SEO.
Correct. We have a pretty limited set. One of the things, our approach with AI has been, we didn't want to jump on the bandwagon of AI gimmicks and AI everything. We do have some more secret projects on the way related to AI. We'll get those out at some point. But the main thing that the way that we've looked at it is AI is a tool. AI can be used in a good way and it can be used in a bad way. We want to help our customers use it in a good way. So we wanted to be very respectful with the approach that we bring, and we want our customers to be able to use it in ways that actually matter, that actually help them to grow. So one of the biggest controversies is AI-generated content, right? You can have AI write you an entire blog post, and if you do that quickly, you can scale up really fast. But that content that's being generated is not always the best. And so we want to help our customers to be able to fine-tune their content, to be able to continue to grow. And that's one of the things with our tool that we launched recently with SEO Boost, is we don't just generate all this content for you and say, here you go. We help you optimize it. We say, hey, how does this compare to other top-ranking pages for this keyword you're looking for? And we can help fine-tune and tweak your content in order so that your readers would find it natural and conversational and help to actually to understand what you're trying to convey in your blog posts.
It's deep, Al. Let me ask you, just to cut it short, can AI content rank? Can you just take whatever ChatGPT spits out, put it up on your blog, and hope that it ranks?
Oh, you can always hope, right? And I know there are use cases where it has worked, but that's what Google's targeting, is that kind of content that's not that helpful. And that's the helpful content update, all the things that they've done where they've tweaked their algorithms and sites have dropped off in rankings. A lot of those sites are people that have just put out trashy posts, right? Like not junk, like just AI generated content. They copy, paste, post. And at one point that worked really well. I don't think that's going to always work really well. Google's going to get better at detecting that kind of content, and it's going to hurt you in the long run.
Can you easily tell when something's been just spit out by ChatGPT?
I think I have a little spidey sense, where I'm like, this is not so great here. This sounds too formulaic.
This is making me think, and just overall, I've been thinking about this for a long time now. I think we're going to start craving more and more often just authentic voices.
Yes.
But I'm also scared that AI is going to get really good at being authentic as well.
Sure.
So now we're starting to get into a scenario where I think I'm reading something that Ben wrote, but he didn't really write it, but it does really sound like Ben. And I don't know, can we trick Google at one point?
I think so. I think AI is going to continue to get better, and you're going to continue to see that content improve, the more authentic. And that's just kind of, the way it's going to go, I think. But honestly, we have a little ways till we're there.
I think there's time.
Yes.
Like just last year, we actually, Arno and I, we cloned myself using, we used a few different tools, and we, the kind of quality is not there yet to just substitute Tony on Thrive's YouTube videos.
Yes.
But I wouldn't be surprised if in 5 years, instead of having Tony there, you really have fake Tony.
Right.
On the channel, and yeah, we'll see what happens. So I have, just to wrap up this series of questions, just one last one. It kind of deviates from everything that we've been talking about, but it's something that all the time I see Thrive Themes customers talking about, which is core web vitals. They're important.
They are important. What we've seen across the board is that generally the better your core web vitals are, the better you'll rank. The worse they are, the worse it is. It's not always the case for everyone, but there's definitely cases where, yes, we see that direct impact.
Of course, the bigger the brand you have, the more corners you're able to cut in when it comes to core web. I think it was the New York Times. I run a quick test on core web vitals, and I think they got a really bad score. But of course, we're talking about the New York Times.
Right.
They're going to rank.
Right.
If we're talking about Arno's pet store that he just opened up in southern Spain,
exactly,
he's going to have some problems.
Yes.
So aim for good results in core
Absolutely.
web
I
vitals.
mean, I think SEO is a game of a bunch of different avenues that you're looking at. And we know that the ranking factors, right, in a lot of ways. Core Web Vitals is definitely one of those. And I would say that, you can't spend all of your time with just Core Web Vitals. There are other things that matter too. So do your best in every area, work on every one of them, but you can't neglect Core Web Vitals as a part of that process.
Makes sense. Yeah. So to wrap it up, and then I'll just let you go. Thank you so much.
Yes.
Quick, rapid fire questions around here, all right?
Okay.
Try not to think too much.
Okay.
Is there a piece of advice around SEO that people don't typically talk about that you can think of?
Piece of advice around SEO.
Yeah.
Okay. It takes time.
It takes time.
It takes time.
Sometimes it takes over a year.
It can. It takes time though. Yes. Be patient.
There's a common mistake. Sometimes I have the opportunity to log into the back end of customers of Thrive Themes, and there are basic, simple things like that people really don't take into account, like put in the little alt text on your images. It's
Absolutely.
like people don't care about those things, but those small little things do truly add up.
They do. Yes.
Cool. So say that Tony here, I want to start a business. What do you think is the appropriate amount of time that I, as a solopreneur, should spend optimizing every single content piece that I'm putting out? Because my time's limited, and there's only one person here running the show.
Right. Well, hopefully that's less and less with tools like All-in-One SEO. So I would say, spend 20 to 30 minutes with our tools. Without it, you might have to spend a couple hours. But I want our tools to be able to help you to spend as little time as possible.
Gotcha. I think I asked Syed this one, and I kind of want to hear what you say. What's the best piece of business advice you've ever gotten?
Ooh, good one. That's a great one. I think that one of the ones that I've actually been learning lately, and I've had a lot of advice over the years, but one of the ones I'm learning the most recently is to expect the unexpected. One of the things that I'm a guy who loves routine, who loves things very similar, and generally when things are unexpected, I get thrown off my game. And so if I learn to expect the unexpected, I'm actually going to thrive in that environment, and I can actually deal with that and turn it to my advantage. So, yeah.
What if I throw a pandemic at you all over again?
Please, no more pandemics.
I mean, that was unexpected.
That was very unexpected.
It's not, man, and you guys rebuilt the whole thing during
the pandemic. Yes.
That's nice.
About 11 months, so.
Okay, this is a good one. Is there a brand or a company that you can think of that really hits the nail when it comes to SEO and content?
Well, one of our own brands, WP Beginner, has actually done a great job for very many years. So I'm going to put a pitch in there.
I told Sai that was like one of the biggest content marketing success stories out there.
Yes, absolutely. Wow. Yeah, they've done a phenomenal job, and they continue to as well.
Favorite WordPress plugin? Maybe you have one. You can't say All-in-One SEO.
Can't say All-in-One SEO. Darn. Well, I have one that has been out there forever, and it's my favorite because I wrote it.
All right.
But it's actually it's kind of getting obsolete a little bit, but it's WP Editor.
Okay.
And in the old days, when you're editing plugins and themes, you couldn't actually see like a visual, or it was just text. And I wanted to make it so it looked like syntax highlighting and all of that. So I wrote a plugin for that, At one point, it had over 100,000 installs.
Nice.
It was really cool. But WordPress started to put some of that in core, and then it lost.
It
its
just
value.
became obsolete.
But I had a lot of fun building that plugin. So
I didn't know that.
yeah.
Oh, nice. All right, and just to wrap it up, I'm a movie guy. Got a favorite movie?
Got a favorite movie?
I am 100% going to judge you, so be careful.
Okay. I would say I am not a favorites guy.
Okay.
But I love movies. And I would say one of my all-time favorites is Lord of the Rings. So
You did good, Ben.
I did good. Okay.
Do you have a book?
Well, Lord of the Rings.
Okay.
I love the books, love the movies.
Earn my respect.
So, yeah.
Hey, appreciate your time.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much.
Yes, thank you for having me. Appreciate it.